There is a magical formula when it comes to this. You can't just pick and choose which bits to concentrate on. I really want you to succeed, and if you follow these steps, you're well on your way.
Great. Very good.
Desensitising a dog involves gradually, very important word there, gradually exposing them to what scares them in a controlled and positive way. It's all about patience and consistency. Here's how you can get started. Identify the trigger. This isn't as simple as it sounds. First, figure out what exactly is causing your dog to react fearfully or anxiously. But it needs to be precisely identified. For example, dogs that react to men. Is it often a man in a cap or a jacket? Fluorescent work gear? Some dogs really don't like high visibility gear. This is really important as you may have dismissed those occasional reactions to women, not knowing why your dog reacted. But they could have worn a cap or been in high visibility work gear. Whether it's loud noises, other dogs, trucks, cycles, or specific environments, knowing the trigger is the first step. Observing your dog carefully can help pinpoint what sets them off. They could have multiple triggers, which you really do need to figure out. It won't work if you don't identify them specifically. Create a safe environment. Make sure your dog feels safe and secure during the whole desensitisation process. It can't start or happen if your dog is already feeling unsafe or insecure in the environment. A calm and familiar setting works best. This environment allows your dog to relax and better focus on the training without that additional stress. Doing this already improves your chance for success. Start with low intensity. Begin with a really mild version of the trigger. If it's loud noises that frighten your dog, start with a quiet sound at a distance.
And I want you to give him a reward occasionally for being on his spot. Okay? You're doing really well. I'm not getting you, and I'm just getting baby.
Set up scenarios where a portable speaker is used at a very low level. Give a licky mat or play a game while it is playing. For physical triggers, dogs or people, you may already know what your dog's distance is before they react. You must keep them under that distance for all of this to work. Under 5 to desensitise is a great way to remember this. The idea is to keep the trigger at a level that doesn't cause a reaction. For example, if your dog is afraid of the vacuum cleaner, start with it turned off and far away at the other end of the house. If your dog is showing stress, and that can be shown in many different ways, you're no longer desensitising. In fact, it can actually increase reactions to that trigger. Use positive reinforcement. Pair the calmness around the trigger with something your dog loves, like a high-value food reward, toys, praise, or affection. This helps create a positive association with that trigger. Every time your dog remains calm in the presence of that trigger, reward them generously.
Pop it right down on the ground. So you don't need your clicker for this.
Good boy.
You just need to reward him looking, because we're going to try and reduce the clicker so everything's not so snappy now, if that makes sense.
I'm doing that when we're just walking.
Yeah.
The clicker is just when there's triggers.
Nice and slow. Say good. Nice.
So the clicker's adding to the...
It is. We needed it at first. Now we don't, Simmer. Good boy.
Gradual exposure. Slowly increase the intensity or duration of the trigger over time. Always keep the exposure at a level where your dog remains calm. The tip for this is we can't determine that distance. Only your dog can. It may be 10 metres away from the trigger for some, or 100 metres away for others. That is the starting point. Gradual steps are key here. Rushing can lead to setbacks and can even cause a dog to develop new triggers. If your dog is scared of other dogs, start with distant sightings of other dogs. Then gradually decrease the distance. This can take weeks and for some dogs, months. None of this can be rushed. We don't just get over a fear or a phobia quickly, and neither do most dogs.
Tommy's good. Great.
Yeah, that was very good. Yeah. Oh yeah, that one's still got stuff on.
Okay, there we go. So I want you to hold the hand that you have that collar in right down low. Okay. Good, because now he's actually feeling that whole collar on him, and that is great. Excellent work. Tommy's good.
Good boy. Good boy, Wolfie.
Because this is really scary for him.
Very good.
This is really
Yeah.
scary for him.
Good
Because he just
Yeah.
hates collars. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. Okay.
Thank you.
So you're turning this into a game with him. All right. Got to go through to get it. Good.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at
yum,
that.
Yum, yum.
Now,
Yeah, ow.
in a couple of days, you keep doing that, you're going to be able to tighten up.
Short sessions. Keep your sessions short, around 10 minutes, to avoid overwhelming your dog. Consistency is key, so practice regularly without pushing your dog too hard. Frequent short sessions are far more effective than occasional long ones. You'll actually speed up the process by more frequent and shorter exposure than marathon long exposure. Monitor your dog's behaviour. Watch for signs of stress or discomfort and adjust the exposure accordingly. Your dog's comfort is the most important factor in this whole process. Signs of stress can include yawning, lip licking, pacing, and looking away. If you notice these, you are too close and you need to reduce the intensity. Turn the stereo down if you're desensitising to noise, or get more distance from the trigger. Build confidence. Desensitisation isn't just about reducing fear, it's about building your dog's confidence. If you follow these steps, you'll help your dog build confidence around a trigger. Encourage your dog to face their fears, but in a controlled way, always ending on a positive note. Celebrate small victories and be patient. Progress may be slow, but it is so worth the effort. Every dog is unique, so tailor your approach to fit your dog's needs and progress at their pace, not a pace that we set. If you're new to having a reactive dog, there really is a minefield of information out there, but there are also some sound principles you need to learn. You'll find these videos really helpful.